Welcome to day 3, our final day of Penn life. It's been an interesting 3-day journey. Thursday was a day of heats and getting acclimatized to our new yet familiar surroundings. Now Thursday had great weather. Friday, on the other hand, was fraught with early lightning, thunder, heavy rains, and there was even a tornado warning. The storms have passed, and it's a crisp morning with clear skies. Our athletes and patrons are miles from home, but we all had the opportunity to experience the wonderful taste of the Caribbean. Here are some of the highlights of what was on the menu.
The Caribbean is filled with many wonderful delicacies and treats. The Royal Caribbean Bakery is one major organization that carries these treats year after year, the Penn Relays.
Royal Caribbean Bakery, it's a bakery that serves Jamaican products. One of the best Jamaican baked products you'll find in the United States. We could offer you oxtail. On a daily basis, you'll have Khirlu, ackee and sawfish fried dumplings, it's jerk chicken, rice and peas, you name it, it's there for the athletes. They're having their own food that they're used to.
Along with these great delicacies, we can't forget our original jerk chicken patties and these nice little snacks and meals that we Jamaicans and Caribbeans love.
People come for the porridge in the morning, the ginger tea. Then they say, wait a minute, you got wings now? You got patties? So they're coming back for that. And of course, they wash it down with some Grace Tropical Rhythms or coconut water.
Banana chips, plantain chips, sweet bananas, sour banana.
Well, we sample like the Trinidadian food. We love the pilor, we love the shark, and we love all Caribbean food.
Grace Foods has been a major sponsor of these Penn Relays year after year, and they've been providing quality Jamaican and Caribbean food since 1922. Did you know that in that year as well, the Franklin Field was renovated to its present day form? Interesting.
The Penn Relays are a pivotal point in the life of most athletes and coaches for various reasons. Reajean caught up with a few such persons. Here's more.
The Penn Relays does not only matter to me, but also to the athletes who are competing year after year. What does the Penn Relays mean to you?
It means showing all the hard work that we put in through the off season and coming on a big stage and showing out for the Terps.
It's a great meet. You have countries from all over the world here, and it's a great way for us to come together and celebrate, what track and field is, and express our love on the track, on the field, and just have fun.
I see the camaraderie with people around the world. Not only the U.S. and Jamaica, but Grenada, just all over, from Ireland. There are people from all over that are here to compete in friendly but very serious level competition.
It's great to actually see Caribbean athletes out here, from Jamaica, Trinidad, Guyana, It's just a great environment to see track and field.
It means a lot to me, coming out and experience overseas, meet a lot of new people, and running at the Penn Relays is a good thing for me.
With this much energy, this much excitement, so it's just it's an experience you have to be here to see.
That's a wrap on Penn Count. So stay tuned for more on KiDz HuB Media Network, where we give youth a global voice.
125 years of the Penn Relays is a big number. And for 25 years of that 125 years, Team Jamaica Bickle has been taking care of the needs of our athletes. It's our absolute pleasure to have with us Karen Wilson-Robinson, Vice Chair and Legal Advisor, and also Michelle Bartley, Co-Chair of Team Jamaica Bickle Philadelphia. Ladies, welcome.
Thank you.
Now, I know a lot goes into the planning of this arm of the event. Tell us, starting with you, Karen, a typical day of planning for the Penn Relays.
Well, there is a multifaceted approach because we take care of their nutrition, transportation, accommodations. So it just depends on what we're addressing that day. So, what you're seeing here is the culmination of months of planning. After today's over, we will then start looking at who is coming next year, how many folks are coming, so that we can address their accommodations first. Once we kind of have an idea, we go out and resource a facility that can accommodate that many kids, or student athletes, as well as their coaches and their staff. Once we've identified that hotel, then we go into negotiating to get the best price possible. Once we have that down pat, then we start dealing with the transportation. So a typical day just varies depending upon what we're looking at, whether it be the hotel, the transportation, and the meal aspect of the operation.
That's amazing. Michelle, what's your day like? A typical day of planning?
A typical day of planning, whew, I mean, we have to make sure that, you know, we're making the student athletes very comfortable when they're inside the city of Philadelphia, and, you know, just to, you know, plan and prepare and fundraise, you know, so that the things that they need, we can provide for them.
Okay, and I can tell just by the looks on their faces how appreciative our athletes are of the help you give annually, you know, and it's an encouragement for them. 25 years of Team Jamaica Bickle. How does that feel? And I mean, what are there any special things that are happening?
Well, we were recognized on the field today we received a plaque, and our co-founders, Erwin Clare and Blaine Stoddard, both received watches from University of Pennsylvania. But I don't think that Erwin imagined when he started this. It was just an idea, you know, to come down and help the athletes. I don't think he could have imagined what it would have morphed into, you know, what you see here today. It was just a little truck on the side of the street here in Philadelphia that they used to issue patties from with the help of Mr. Hosang and the Caribbean Foods Delight. It was just a little truck, and from a little truck to a tent, and, you know, a food truck outside the back where we have refrigerated meals that have been prepared a couple of days ago to come and feed over 600 people every day, lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I can't imagine that back then he would have thought we would be where we are today.
When you walk into the Team Jamaica Bickle Village, just the organization and just the tight ship that you all run here is nothing short of amazing. And we're on day 3, final day. What typically happens at the end of the Penn relays?
Typically, we have a prize giving ceremony where we reward the top performing relay teams, male and female, the top performing individual field athletes, male and female, and we have some special recognitions as well for these athletes. So we want to, you know, it's not all about getting something, but we want to do our part in showing our appreciation for their performances, and let them know that our country appreciates what they do and celebrate them and encourage them to continue to do more.
Well, what I'm seeing here is just absolutely astounding, and I'm really proud to have been a part of this and to experience it. We want to thank you for taking the time out to share with us, and we look forward to another wonderful year, another wonderful Penn relays next year.
We'll have to give a little plug. My high school, Immaculate, is going home with 2 golds for
All
the
right.
relay 4x100
Yay, Immaculate.
International Championship. So we're happy for them.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more right here on Penn Live.
Reajean Bennett here with Charlie from New York. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm fine, thanks for asking. I love your sense of fashion. I mean, you look so beautiful. You're here in Jamaican colors. Can you just take a quick spin for us to see? Wow, look at that, such a beauty. The hummingbird, the Jamaican flag. I mean, look at that, the flower, the hibiscus flower. Whoa, that is amazing. What inspired your sense of fashion?
Nothing really. I just like to be extra.
See, I mean, you're slaying it. So how was your experience at this year's Penn Relays?
It was fairly good. I got here late, but it was good.
Okay, and what do you advise people to wear to the Penn Relays?
Comfortable clothes. And I mean, if you're wherever you're representing, wear that color. And just, you know, have fun.
Well, thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your time.
Then I'm off in Papa Chronics, man, in the rhythm machine. Go tell Maxine, Paulette, and Pauline. Tell them for rock and come in. This is original Chronics. Scene.
Now, it was an absolute honor to have met up with a friend who I had not seen for quite a while. Former Cornwall College teacher and coach, former sports broadcaster, and now advisor to the present government on all things sports, Ali McNabb. Let's take a look. Now I've tried to commit this to memory, okay? So let's see if I get it all. Special advisor to the Minister of Sports, your representative of track and field. Also, please help me out, Ali McNabb, veteran broadcaster, and somebody who I have admired for years.
Thank you.
There now, just give me a couple more of those portfolio titles there that you have.
Well, I've been advisor to the Minister, Olivia Babji-Grange,
Yes.
in the Ministry of Sport for a number of years. I also am the Prime Minister's representative on the council at the University of Technology, UTech.
Yes.
And I'm also his representative on the Broadcast Commission. And one of the hats that I like to tell people, because it's a passion of mine, I took over 2 years ago from the Honorable Dr. Carlton Davis as chairman of Special Olympics Jamaica.
Wow.
And as you well know, recently we took a 93-member team to Abu Dhabi, which was maybe 4 weeks ago, where we won a record 33 medals.
Wow.
And this is people with intellectual disability.
Exceptional. I would like to actually see a typical day in the life of Ali McNabb with all of these posts, how you split yourself and address everything here. Now, you are here on behalf of Babsy Grange. She's not here for a particular reason. Can you tell us what that reason is?
Well, Minister Grange, as you know, her portfolio is diverse.
Yes.
Which includes culture.
Yes, sir.
And part of that culture has to do with film. And the final James Bond movie with Daniel Craig is going to be filmed in Jamaica.
Really?
Yeah, that was an
Wow.
announcement that was made a couple of weeks ago. Well, currently Daniel Craig and a group are in Jamaica at GoldenEye.
At GoldenEye, where it all started.
Where it all started with Ian Fleming. That's where he wrote, I think, 9 or 10 of his James Bond models. So we want to apologize. That's why the minister couldn't be here, but it's understandable.
Yes. Now, the female 4x1 was just one, just run and won by Jamaica.
Yeah.
Just your thoughts on it. I think it was a significant, not necessarily a record, but they did.
Well, it's early season yet.
Yes.
But the kind of form that they're in, and the return of Shelly-Ann Fraser has just boosted everything. You have Natasha Morrison there, who is also a world-class runner. Jamaica, and I think the men are going to kill me for this, Andrew. But when you look at like this year's Girls' Championship, and you look at last year, and you look at what's happening, we have Brianna Williams.
Yes.
We have Kevona Davis of Edwin Allen. You have the twins, Tia and thing there. You know, you have a young lady out of Immaculate. The girls are way ahead of the men in terms of the talent going forward in carrying the standard bearer for our country.
Yes. Well, I mean, I think whether male or female, Jamaica's name is still out there, and we're still doing exceptionally well. Now, we're doing exceptionally well in sports, but now, for those of us in the diaspora, we recently got a report, and we've been following the reports on Jamaica's extraordinary performance on the stock exchange, and the fact that Jamaica is ripe for investment. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I tell you, who is here with us, and I hope you have the opportunity in talking with him, is the former Minister of Finance, Audley Shaw, who was very instrumental in setting up the Junior Stock Exchange. What can we tell you? When the world recognizes that Jamaica, and declares so internationally, that Jamaica has the best performing stock exchange throughout the entire world, what is that saying? Our country is ripe for investment.
Yes.
And we as Jamaicans need to recognize this. Don't let somebody else start doing it and, you know, get the bulk of everything. We need to look at Jamaica and the performance of Jamaica under Andrew Holness currently. He has brought an energy. He has brought a sense of inclusiveness. He has brought a sense of, not because you are young means that you don't have a place in Jamaica. And, you know, the Prime Minister has really reached out to Jamaica in embracing. It doesn't matter which political party you're in.
Yes.
So long as you can do the job, he wants you to be a part of this. And this has gone over well with Jamaica. And what, and I can't speak for the Prime Minister, but I think the message that he's trying to spread is that, listen, own a piece of your country. Be a part of that development. Look at what's happening in tourism. How many rooms that are going up in on the North Coast. Tourism is poised to, I don't even know what words to tell you, because there are so many hotels that are going up that is going to make us become 3 times the tourism capital of the Caribbean.
Yep. And with that said, I just want to thank you for stopping by here at KiDz HuB Media Network, where we mentor young talent, people, young children who are very interested in going into the...
I'd like to make a comment on that. I think that the job that you guys are doing is unbelievable. My understanding, John Public, is that they take people from not only Jamaica, but Jamaicans that are here in the USA and other places, and what you do is mentor them into broadcasting, because not everybody can be a Usain Bolt. Not everybody can be a Shelly Ann Fraser. But guess what? You can be a good manager. You can be a good broadcaster. So what we're teaching these young people, which I want to commend you all on doing, is the fact that you're teaching them that you can be a part of that dream, but in different areas you can make your contribution.
Thank you once again, Ali McNabb.
My pleasure,
it's been
Andrew.
My absolute honor to talk
and one day we have to get together and sing.
And
Don't forget.
We do, yes. All right, take care. And we'll be right back with more at Penn Live, right here at the 2019 running of the Penn Relays.
Penn Notes. Penn Notes. Penn Notes. Happenings, chats, and trivia right here at this year's Penn Relays.
Did you know that today is the 8th, 25th, 55th, and 125th all in one? 8. It's the 8th anniversary of KiDz HuB coverage of the Penn Relays. 25. The 25th year Team Jamaica Bickle has been caring for Caribbean athletes, especially those from Jamaica. 55. This is the 55th year of Jamaica's involvement. And 125. This is the 125th running of the Penn Relays.
We did get a chance to catch up with Audley Shaw, Minister of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries. We didn't ask him about Jamaica's economy, but we did get his reactions about the Penn Relays. Here's more.
I tell you, I think it's actually quite magnificent, because even being in the stadium and just looking at the level of participation by Jamaica in this very important forum is indicative of how, despite how small we are as a country, we have been quite dominant in sports. And it is evident here when you just look at the activities. I came here and saw the relay team that just won. And of course, yesterday, my own school, Homewood, in my constituency in Jamaica, won the women's 4x100. Edwin Island School, just further down in Clarendon, they won the 4x100 and set a new record. So it's really quite amazing. It's awesome. And I want to congratulate all of the athletes on their excellence.
Welcome back to Penn Live. We head up to the press box at Franklin Field Stadium. Let's join Ed Barnes and Hubert Lawrence for a recap of the Penn Relays.
What an event it has been for Caribbean athletes, mainly so the Jamaican athletes, where we just saw young Tia Clayton and her sister getting a special award for their relay run, and that event by the Edwin Island team, 43.62, and it's the first time they've given it to 2 athletes.
Twins, though, what else they do? Both girls made a big contribution to the 4x1 win. That's 43.62. The Penn Relays record by 0.3 of a second, a Jamaican high school record, the fastest time by high school in the world anywhere. So I think that's why they picked them out.
Of course, in other events, the Edwin Island team picked up 2 victories, the 4x1, as we just mentioned and talked about there. And then Homewood Technical, they got the 4x4 in rainy and wet conditions over Hydel, who are the defending champions and the record holders here in that girls' event.
A bit of a surprise. I think the weather, the rain break, they were right on the track when the break began, had to go undercover for maybe an hour and came back with short warm-up, but still spoke to Dave Anderson before the relays began. He said his team, Homewood, was as good as any other on the track and on paper, and I think they proved it to a certain extent.
Of course, there's the big event, Jamaica against the rest of the world, or America against the rest of the world. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price leading off in a blistering fashion here. Natasha Hastings running the second leg. Then we had Sasha Lee Forbes running the third, and Shaloni Calvert anchoring Jamaica to victory here against the mighty Americans and others.
43.19. Shelly Fraser-Price out really fast. Great connection with Natasha Morrison on the backstretch. They were teammates at MVP a few years ago. Sasha Lee Forbes on the third leg, and Shaloni Calvert, a Penn Relays veteran, connected nicely. This is April, 43.19. Good win for the girls.
Beautiful championship as usual. University of Pennsylvania's Franklin Field Stadium. The Jamaicans came, they saw, and they conquered.
Again.
The children of KiDz HuB Media Network are absolutely privileged to have as one of their media mentors my good friend Dervan Malcolm of Power 106. Dervan, how are you doing?
I'm great. Good to see you, Andrew.
Good to see you too. We keep booking you up in these situations, right?
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, but it's always a pleasure.
Yes.
Now, I had a report of some figures. Today's attendance was just over 48,000.
Yes.
And the collective attendance from Thursday to now was over 110,000.
Yeah, I felt the numbers today, Andrew. In the stadium, the Franklin Field Stadium, in the stands, I decided to go into the stands. It was a crush of people. There was hardly any room for the safe and free movement of people in and out of the stands. It was quite something, and guess what? Most of these people were Jamaicans.
That's the amazing thing. I was saying to Lady D that I think 100,000 of the 110 were probably Jamaicans, because every other voice that passes you has that signature Jamaican accent.
Oh yes, and all the Jamaican choice phrases and expressions.
Yes, some of which we probably can't mention right now.
No, those are called popular cultural expressions.
Oh, okay. That's the first time I'm hearing that. But
and the other thing, of course, is that because of the huge support that this event receives from Jamaicans, the organizers decided that the Jamaican fan is the honored Penn Relays champion, so to speak. And so there was a function that was held before, a formal function. And then, of course, today, there was the big presentation in the stadium, and Team Jamaica Bickle very much a part of that as well.
Really, I think that's a really proud moment for us as a people. Now, the performance, especially of our girls.
Yes.
Your thoughts?
No, well, this is it now. There was a time when the men and the boys dominated. The girls have had so many inspirational female athletes that their confidence is such that every other young lady believes that she can become the next Merlene Otti, the next Veronica Campbell-Brown, the next Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, and they are running some ridiculous times at their tender age. And what that means is that never mind the retirement of some of our top athletes, the sprint factory continues to turn out and will continue to turn out these outstanding athletes. It's just fantastic. Within the institutions themselves, there's a tremendous amount of competition, and this pushes the athletes at that local level. And then, so it means when they get to the next level and the next level, it's almost like, okay, we just have to give it a little more, and they keep giving, and we have the results.
So, that being said, the future, is it secure?
Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. More schools are getting more support from the state, from their respective alumni associations, from corporate Jamaica, just out of love and support for our children and and our athletes. So with all of that support, it can only get better. We're just a little disappointed that the schools that have tracks, these first-class running tracks, are the so-called traditional schools, and they have done well at champs over the years. But what about the girls?
Yes, yes.
Why don't we have a track at Edwin Allen? What about Ver Technical?
Yes.
Which has produced perhaps more Olympians than any other educational institution in the history of Jamaica.
Well, I'm hoping that those who are listening,
Yes.
and the alumni associations and the past students and corporate Jamaica,
Yes.
and even international corporate will consider, you know, helping these students and these schools. Dervan, it was an absolute pleasure seeing you again.
Same here.
I'm not going to say see you next year because there's going to be another event that we're gonna book up at. All right?
There's no doubt about that. Looking forward to that.
Good. Looking forward to it too.
All
Thanks
the
a lot.
best.
Okay.
Take care.
Take care. And that's it for Penn Life 2019. We're so grateful to all our sponsors, especially FXAV. Thanks to all our amazing presenters for an awesome job. Finally, we thank you for your kind support. We'll see you next time.